Good evening, I'm Angelina, and you're watching Liberty News Bulletin. Our top story tonight. Across Britain this holiday weekend, opponents and supporters of migrants clashed in heated demonstrations, as the government scrambled to contain the fallout from a court order forcing a London area hotel to evict asylum seekers. The decision has intensified Britain's political crisis over immigration, an issue that continues to divide communities and test government policy. The latest tensions began outside the Bell Hotel in Epping, where a resident was accused of assaulting a teenager. While the man denies the charge and awaits trial, the incident triggered weeks of demonstrations and finally a court-ordered closure of the hotel. This ruling emboldened anti-migrant activists under the banner "Abolish Asylum System," who staged protests nationwide. Counter-protesters led by Stand Up to Racism gathered in response. In Bristol, police struggled to keep the two sides apart. More than a dozen arrests were made, though no major violence was reported. Elsewhere, including Birmingham and London's Canary Wharf, rallies remained peaceful. The UK government is legally obligated to house asylum seekers. Since 2020, hotels have become a fallback option amid a sharp rise in arrivals. Latest figures show over 32,000 asylum seekers are in hotels, far below the 2023 peak of 56,000, but still a major strain on resources. Immigration remains one of Britain's most divisive issues. Hard-right voices like Nigel Farage blame migrants for pressures on healthcare and housing, while the government accuses such figures of exploiting fear for political gain. Opposition Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch urged councils to follow Epping's legal challenge against asylum hotels. The ruling Labour government dismissed the call as desperate, but some Labour-led councils are also considering legal action. Analysts warn the growing anger could escalate into serious unrest, recalling last summer's riots after a fatal stabbing rampage. Prime Minister Keir Starmer has pledged to cut dangerous channel crossings, which are already up nearly 50% compared to last year. The government has abandoned the controversial Rwanda deportation scheme and instead is focusing on smashing trafficking gangs, speeding up asylum processing, negotiating with France to return migrants who cross illegally. Housing remains a challenge. The government has closed the migrant barge and plans to end the use of military barracks, but new beds are being prepared at an Essex air base. Critics warn that pushing asylum seekers into the private rental sector risks worsening Britain's housing crisis. The migrant crisis has become a defining test for Britain, one that pits public opinion, political will, and human rights obligations against each other. For now, the protests continue, and the pressure on the government is only growing. That's your Liberty News Bulletin. I'm Angelina, thanks for watching. Stay with us for more updates.